Hot mics. All right. Happy birthday to our boy. We're missing one right now. So Trey Popper is out of commission for a bit for celebrating his birthday. He's probably all like voice gravelly and like he's been like drinking all day. With his boo thing up in where they at. So I will take over the intro. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, that technical radio train. It's your boy Petty Popper.
It's your boy Weekend Herb.
Come on, Rita.
Level of petty. Okay, Mr. Petty Proper. I appreciate it. Oh, shit.
All right, Rick.
I was gonna say, I'm Rick. I did a whole.
We got Rick Shaw right here, and we got the second first lady. Let's go ahead and tell us what you're drinking one. I've been drinking on concoction or my variation of the Moscow Mule with a hibiscus ginger added to it to get that little color for it.
Love that hibiscus.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Terramana Rita. Terramana Rita.
Don't say it like that, though. That sounded real cringy just now. Ooh.
You know you like
Oh, it's my turn. It's thrown me off. I'm having Poor People's Champagne once again, but in honor of Trey, because I'm trying to also watch my calories, I got a 50 cal orange juice, but it's just a splash. It's just a splash.
I love that proper citrus.
Yeah, I'm drinking sangria, and I'm following that up with a Truly's because I like to be healthy. With an F.
Healthy.
You figure out what it. You figure out what it. Healthy. I'm drinking healthily. You figure out where the F goes.
Sounds like a threat. All right, so we got that drinks going down. Weekend Herb, why don't you hit us with the church announcements?
Alrighty, so starting off, like we just said, happy birthday to the homeboy, Trey Proper. He is officially, 2 years away from, or a year away from being 40.
We're not gonna put that out there. You know how Aquarius get.
Yeah. But also we want to say, if you
you're away from being, never mind.
He's also, if you want to listen to him, he actually was on another show called A Little Something to Whine About. I think this week they was talking about marital relationships and stuff like that. So give it a check it out on YouTube. Rick Stroh pulled a double feature on Cult 45 this past week. He was on last week's episode. They talked about the Golden Child, and this week him and Mr. Petty were on there talking about Menace to Society. And it just
okay, y'all don't understand. I haven't watched that movie since the maybe early 2000s, and to do that movie again as an adult, it's just a different mindset of oh my god, why did we like this?
You know what I learned from watching it?
Why was this a thing?
Well, you know what I learned from watching Menace to Society as a fully functioning grown adult male? There's no hope if you live in the hood. If you live in the hood, you're not making it out of the hood.
Yeah, man, it's them cheeseburgers, man. I'm just telling you, man. But anyway,
gonna get some links with them bricks.
Wow.
That's what. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 trailer dropped during the big game, the big game. And guys, what was your thoughts on this last trailer? Because it's supposed to be coming out in May. And I thoroughly thought it was pretty good. I see death coming around the corner.
Okay. I would depict. Okay, the first one was about father issues, daddy issues. The first one was about mommy issues. The second was about daddy issues. So I don't know where the third one's gonna go. Just family. I will though shout out to Gary Peebles though, because he's probably doing a stunt work for Drax, aka Dave Bautista. So two DC homies doing their thing. Like I always say, man, no one flies through a wall like my boy Gary.
So I just feel like Phase 5 is the era of black men dishing out pain to the rest of the MCU. The High Evolutionary is being played by a black man. Kang the Conqueror is being played by a black man. And I'd like to call Phase 5's retribution for the black man. So I'm just going. Again, all of these upcoming movies with the black men as the villains. I'm all in support. The mental gymnastics I'm going to go through for them justifying them doing all these terrible things is just going to be immaculate. And wait till we talk about Ant-Man later on in this show. Watch what I do.
Okay, so I feel like this end, and I'm trolling y'all right now. The end of this Guardians of the Galaxy saga, like with this being the last movie, and the fact that the Fast and Furious went to space last year, I feel like they're just going to somehow merge the two, and they're going to somehow be in space and on Earth, and that's why this movie is ending. But of course, they got to kill some people off because it's not in the budget, so people are going to die on both films, hopefully. And yeah, there we go. That's what's going to happen.
If you were a true troll, you would have said Mephisto.
I don't think Mephisto wants to do anything with Fast and Furious, but
Nigga, here. Go to the next church.
Well, I say that's who Mr. Nobody is. That's who Mr. Nobody is this whole time.
Shut up, man.
I feel like Mr. Nobody is clearly another like lost Toretto family member somewhere.
I wouldn't be surprised. I would not be surprised.
Like another brother or sister somewhere in the like.
No,
he's the but this one's gonna look black though. This one's gonna look black.
Hate y'all.
He's
hate all y'all.
But
Pam, I hate you especially for starting this up. I hate your dreadlocks.
but moving on, so there has been some news with Will Smith and Michael B. Jordan. Rick Strode, you put the info to us, so why don't you let the people know exactly what's going on?
So, I Am Legend 2 is going into pre-production. There will be an I Am Legend 2, and for those of you who don't go into the extra additional bonus content on your DVDs or your Blu-rays, there is an alternate ending to the original I Am Legend, because I know most people saying, how can they do an I Am Legend? Because, spoiler alert, the main character dies in the first one. Well, they are going to, they have retconned it, and now the alternate ending that was the more popular ending is now the true ending to the movie. In that ending, I'll give you a little quick synopsis of what happens. In that ending, Will Smith's character actually makes peace with the Darkseekers, because if you remember, the female that he kidnapped to try and run his test on, that's all that the leader wanted back. He wanted his mate back. So in that ending, rather than just blowing himself and them up, he gives her back, and there's kind of an uneasy peace that's made in accord there. And then he goes with the woman and her and the small child that she had, and they find that sanctuary of other survivors. So we're just going to pick up where that ending leaves off, and it's going to take place many years later. I'm guessing Michael B. Jordan is going to be like some type of understudy or some type of assistant to Will Smith's character, Major Stephen, I forgot his name, but it's Major something. But yeah. So that could be very interesting. Are
they going to re-release the movie with the new ending?
I think they should.
That's the only way it would make sense. If you're just relying on people to have watched, because not everybody has watched that alternate ending, right?
Yeah.
So in fairness, I think they need to re-release the movie, with the new ending. But that's just me.
Easy fix. At the beginning of the show, they can easily beginning of the movie, they can easily just put a recap of that as a short little, the scene is less than a minute, if that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it changes the whole outcome of a movie, though. Even though it's only a minute long, it literally changes the entire outcome.
So I think an easy fix to this would be the movie. It's a Warner Brothers movie. You re-release the movie on HBO Max, but with the new ending attached to it. You put a little bit of promotion behind it. You know what I mean? You throw out some commercials, some internet ads. The re-releasing of I Am Legend on HBO Max with the new ending. You do that, I would say, a month or two before the movie comes back. You know what I mean? That way you keep it fresh in people's mind. They do need to re-release it with that new ending, because like you said, everybody doesn't know, and not everybody read the book, not everybody saw the bonus content. So I think that would be an easy fix to it. And yes, thank you, Genocide Circus. It's Robert Neville.
Neville, like Harry Potter Neville?
Yes.
No, another crossover?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I love it.
I would say that.
I say, Rick, you're a fool if you don't think Mephisto was in part of Hogwarts.
I hate I hate the tips of your dreads. I hate your little lip piercing, nigga. Like, god damn it, man.
I would say that sounds like the more logical thing, Rick, but at the same time, it is Warner Brothers. So,
and Ezra Miller is still the Flash, so
yeah. But moving on.
What if he's Mephisto?
Oh, you motherfucker!
That would fit.
Okay, all right. That's the last one. That's the last one. I'm done. I'm done.
I'm gonna burn your bandana after this.
I'm done.
But moving on. Gotta give a shout out to Mr. Petty. He was on Twitch gaming on Blerds and Whiskey doing Borderlands 2. So is this a weekly thing that we're gonna be doing from now on, or is just a one-off?
I would say it's a semi-weekly thing. It's something I'm probably gonna try to continue to do throughout the week. So stay tuned, like, share, and subscribe on our Twitch channel. You get to watch me die a bunch of times on places that I've already been several times all over again, while I talk to you all about like the fact that they have Kevin fucking Hart playing Roland in a competition.
Wait a minute, I don't like this.
Borderlands.
So
that would only work if they make The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, Salvador. That's the only way it would work.
No, it's Kate Blanchett is playing. What's the character with the pink hair? What's her name?
Siren.
Yes.
Either Lilith or I forgot the
Lilith.
Yeah, Lilith. Okay.
Kate Blanchett is playing Lilith, and Kevin Hart is playing Roland, and Jack Black is playing Claptrap. Yeah. So we actually covered this on the show.
I'm getting Mario Brothers vibes off of this already.
So we actually covered this on the show 2 years ago, and I like that's when I so. For those of you who don't know, I actually stopped by as Mr. Petty was streaming, and I let him know that Kevin Hart was playing Roland, and he had that exact same face that he has on right now. But we actually covered this on the show, and I actually talked about the casting during that time. I think it was one of the shows where you weren't on that week. But yeah, we actually covered this before.
Wait, so somebody literally sat in their little chair and was like, "Yeah, this the cast."
Yeah, pretty much.
Somebody literally did that.
So the funny
together was like, that's it, that's the one right there. Like, really?
So the funny part about that, Rita, is Roland is actually supposed to be a physically imposing, like militaristic type character, and they went completely against the grain. It was just like, hey, who's that little funny black guy? Get him. People like him. We can get the black audience by putting him in it.
That's really how it went. Yeah, it's the worst idea I've ever seen in my life. I agree, but
you're just proving my point of somebody really sat down and was like, "Yeah, this the winner right here."
This the one. Yeah, that's what they did.
They went in like, yeah, this is
it. The game is Borderlands 2, Fabulosity 85. But I mean, also think about it. People poo-pooed Heath Ledger playing the Joker.
Okay. I know where you're going. No, I'm gonna let you finish, but I'm gonna let you cook. But I know exactly where you're going.
That's the only exception, though, that people like. Every time people want to like go to the exception pool, they always pull the Heath Ledger card, like because he's the only one.
So here's the thing, though. A lot of people really hate on Heath Ledger, especially when he came off of Brokeback Mountain, and not to be homophobic, but that's literally everyone's. This is also like early 2000s, so a lot of people were really on some ships, and so it's like
people hated when Michael Keaton got cast as Batman originally in the 80s.
People hated what's his name, Tobey Maguire being Spider-Man. The Cider House Rules kid, but yeah, it's a Discord.
Listen, Kevin Hart might be the new action legend to come about, guys. He might replace The Rock as the next.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Oh shit! Thank you, Charles Van Tassel on YouTube. I forgot Eli Roth is also directing it, so it's gonna be bloody.
I'm okay with that. But the original Borderlands game is also very bloody, so there's that too.
I just want to know.
I feel like Quentin Tarantino would probably do a really good job with Borderlands 2. Borderlands movie.
Let's try to find and use the word nigga in there like 6 We'll try to find a way. He'll put Samuel L. Jackson in there and just say, go away with it. But one thing I do want to say, guys, we got merch. So go on to Etsy under Blerds Whiskey Shop, and you can find all our new merch. We got caps, hoodies, Hoochie Daddy shorts. We got backpacks, tumblers.
We got men's hair units.
We got it all, y'all. I'm telling you.
I say y'all look like me so bad with the Mr. Petty wig. Well, that's in the works.
And they even and we even got payment plans as well. So don't use it as an excuse to say like, oh, we ain't got the money. No, they got payment plans, my nigga.
What's the name of the payment plan, Herb?
I'm gonna do that.
Say it, Herb.
Not going to do that today,
say it, Herb. Say it. Let the fans know what kind of payment plan it is, Herb.
Here you go.
Say the words. Say the words.
Klarna.
Do it.
I just did. God damn it.
You said it so low that couldn't nobody that's slick.
Klarna. All right, sister. Yeah, there we go. Say it with my chest. Klarna.
Hey, that ain't what he said in the pre-show meeting, y'all. That nigga did not say Klarna. It was nowhere near Klarna. It sounded like he was casting a Harry Potter spell. He said earlier today.
It's like he was trying to tell you, Carlos Esposito.
Go ahead and check it out, though. We got some new merch. Check it out. And that concludes the church announcements. And Rita, give us that toddy tea.
Okay, so toddy tea this week is going to be a little unorthodox because something kind of sizzled in my spirit and not in a good way. So billboards. Some of y'all might have heard this. Some of y'all may not. Billboards put out their top 50 rappers list. Billboards.
I don't like where this is going.
Emphasis on billboards. So for the sake of time, we're not going to talk about the top 50. We're going to talk about the top 20 that they nominated to be the top 20 rappers of all times. And so, Lillian, whenever you're ready, please put the picture up on the screen so that my guys can take a look at it.
The picture is live. What do we got going on?
So we're going to focus on a couple of things. Number one, Nicki Minaj is at 10. Snoop Dogg has made the top. Snoop Dogg has made the top 10. Eminem has made the top 10. And I feel like white people did that, but that's just me. Okay, you put Eminem over Biggie.
Okay, so here's my thing about.
In my opinion, does not deserve to be number
Jermaine.
one.
You put Jermaine at number 15.
Y'all put Kanye. Y'all put Nicki over
Kanye. Jermaine Cole.
Go ahead. I'm going to give everybody their chance to kind of talk about this. We're going to go in order. We're going to start with Herb.
The only person who I have an issue with in this top 10 and this top 20 is Nicki. You can put wherever everybody else is in whatever order. I know people has always got their own little thing. I don't like that they put M over Big. I'm sorry, that's just my opinion.
Herb is very upset that Silk the Shocker is not in that top 10.
Shut the fuck up, Rick. Shut the fuck up.
Silk the Shocker.
Here's the one thing. I will never come over there and fight you any other time. I will fight you for that one. Don't ever come over there.
So you want to fight him over the honor of Silk the Shocker?
I will fight you over that last damn clip.
So what you're saying, Rick? I mean, so what you're saying, Herb, is you got a vicious right hand, but your left is quick.
Oh shit! Oh, that was perfect.
Go ahead, Cam. You got it. You next.
I always say hip hop is very subjective.
It is
genre. My top 5 is never someone else's top 5. You know, stuff like that. I say that to say that never, ever, ever let her make any list of hip hop because he's gonna put Recovery as as his favorite Eminem album because Relapse was so terrible. So therefore, Recovery makes it his favorite. You know, some sort of Stockholm syndrome thing going on. Yeah, that's all I can say. I just want to take a dig at her because that will never die. Him and the fact that Silk the Shocker is his favorite rapper, I don't understand that at all. Like, is it because he doesn't rhyme on beat? It's because he raps like an AI. Like he'll eventually find the beat. Like where's Waldo on the 1 and 4?
And creates his own words. Is that?
Yeah. Silk the Shocker do be like making up his own neograms. You just don't want on words, just make it up there. I see.
Oh, so Herb has been biting this whole time, officer.
Every one of you.
He's got a kindred spirit with Silk the Shocker, huh? I forgot what his nickname was, but I just keep calling him Mister. That's what he kept saying, Mister. Yeah, I remember. I was in high school in the '90s. I remember.
And that's the thing. You know, Herb is a Silk the Shocker fan because all of his tags got Mr. Bridges in it everywhere. So, I mean, you know, I mean, it just makes sense. It all goes together. It all.
You don't even like see murder. The man lived up to his name, and you don't even like him.
No, we're not talking about Corey Miller. We're not talking about Corey Miller because that man is a phantom. He will just show up and do all of us.
Basically, I'm the only one that had a problem with this list. Got it.
No. I mean, so the thing about it is the Billboard list. Like, we all know it's gonna be some bullshit. Like, every one of that list that come out, you just like, man, y'all niggas just you just don't get it, and you don't understand our culture or music. So I can just suck a dick. I don't like any of that top 10. I'm not gonna get into it because we could take over the whole show just talking about music, and we got other shit we got to get to. But I don't agree with that list. I think it's stupid, and I think Billboard needs to kind of redo their whole listing process because it fucking sucks.
They just stay in their lane.
Add black people.
Yeah, just do another top 10 Beatles anthology, listing for y'all or something.
Hey, we need to send
black people.
We need to send Benzino. We need to send Benzino on the rest of the XXL editing stats over there and start poking people.
Ain't nobody know he hear from that Ninja Turtle, live action Ninja Turtle looking dude. So what else we got going on next? After Toddy T, I believe it's the character of the week.
But we included the Toddy T, so let's get over to that character.
Okay, so it's Black History Month, y'all. As you all know, I've been doing a lot of characters that developed in our type of skin tone for us, by us, in the Character of the Week segments. So we're going to head and roll that beautiful beam footage. Like, share, subscribe. I have my own separate YouTube channel for my Character of the Week stuff. It's a hashtag Camism. Now I'm in the process of starting to do my own, like, more longevity, longer synopsis and stuff like that. So stay tuned for more content. Oh, speaking of content, our Thirsty Thursday page has now been officially launched on YouTube. So look for Thirsty Thursdays B&W. You'll see some prior episodes, and that's where we're going to start uploading some of our new episodes. So season 2 is coming in soon. Second round's on us. Are we ready for the Character of the Week segment? Because we can go ahead and just launch that beautiful bean footage.
And they awkwardly pause.
We're waiting for
We're good.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's the Character of the Week. Happy Black History Month for Blerds and Whiskey. Today's Character Week is Benjamin Turner, and no, he's not some sort of national Negro hero. He's actually DC's answer to Jim Kelly, aka Black Belt Jones. Benjamin Turner, better known as the Bronze Tiger. Funny enough, some people also say that he's DC's answer to Black Panther, especially during the time when Stan Lee was trying to distance the name of the Black Panther from the Black Panther Party. Cold Tiger, Bronze Leopard, Cold Leopard, all these different variations of names and colors and animals was bounced around. And ironically, Dennis O'Neil in an issue for Richard Dragon's Kung Fu Fighting DC stuff in like 1975, that was Bronze Tiger's first appearance. Now here's where a lot of the retconning for Bronze Tiger happens. His origin story varies. Some stories say he grew up in Harlem. Some stories has him in Central City. And depends on, I guess, who's rewriting them. Because he essentially is the most changed around and retcon character in DC. That's saying a lot for DC characters, but somehow he still remains consistently in the timeline. So, well, except for the New 52, but no one ever counts that. Now, one thing does remain consistent is some of his origin stories. Basically, in whatever city he was in Harlem or Central City, he was about 10 years old when his parents had an encounter with a home intruder, a burglar. To defend his home, he ended up stabbing the intruder. The part that scared him is the fact that he relished in joy of actually killing, or the action or the thrill of killing. That scared him. He tried his best to hone his little inner demons by doing things. Eventually, he had to succumb to his demons and realized that he had to go to the Far East in order to calm those demons, and then he trained with someone named O Sensei. Like I said, depending on who's writing him, it's very fickle. Sometimes he is one of the premier martial artists in the DC universe. Sometimes he's pretty much DC Universe's litmus test to show like how badass protagonist is against this antagonist. But one thing does remain the same about the Bronze Tiger is that he is a formidable opponent, no matter what his level is. Trained by O-Sensei along with Richard Dragon or sometimes Bruce Wayne, depending on the story, he was then later recruited for this organization called GOOD, G-O-O-D. And no, that's not Kanye West. Actually, it's Global Operation Organization of Defense. And then there's some depictions where he was captured from GOOD, he was captured by the League of Assassins and then brainwashed into becoming then known as the Bronze Tiger, where he became like a assassin for hire. From League of Assassins, then he became part of the Suicide Squad, and that's when he became a prominent character, and that's when he started coming into more of his own as opposed to just a side character. So with the brainwashing of the League of Assassins and the Suicide Squad, sometimes he bounces between anti-hero to villain. He's on par with those such as Richard Dragon, Lady Shiva, Batman, and most of the top martial artists of DC Universe hand-to-hand combat. Now, Bronze Tiger has been featured in a lot of DC media too. He was actually featured in a couple of Arkham Asylum games, and some might remember him being part of the CW Arrowverse when he was played by Tyler Perry's favorite martial artist, Michael Jai White, in Brave and the Bold, the animated series from Batman, depicted as actual, sometimes a person with martial arts, and then sometimes as an actual man-tiger hybrid. He's depicted in Gods Among Us. Soul the Dragon, he appeared in Soul the Dragon, voiced by Michael Jai White. Richard Dragon short film, which featured Batman and that version where he was trained with Bruce Wayne in the dojo. And Suicide Squad, Hell to Pay. Inconsistency fighting abilities aside, Bronze Tiger remains a formidable opponent or DC's punching bag. So shout out to you, Ben Turner, Character of the Week, Bronze Tiger. Tiger style.
Like, share, subscribe.
Or
Flash trailer.
Flash trailer. All right. We're live.
We're back.
All right.
All right. That is my Character Week segment. As I said before, like, share, subscribe. Hashtag Camism is my YouTube channel. I'm working on more content for just longer content and stuff like that in general. So stay tuned for that. Trust me, y'all gonna like it. Also, as I said before, Thirsty Thursday has its own YouTube channel. So Thirsty Thursday, BNW, Thursdays, plural, like the multiple days. If you look at Thirsty Thursday, you find like some random rapper duo. I don't get it, but you know, trust me, I've done the research. I've searched. I'm like, we're number 2 in the search if you put the multiple Thursdays. So keep that in mind. Next segment, we're going to go ahead and just move on to something that we've mentioned before. We've tried to avoid. I believe he's the Mephisto of the DC universe. That's just what I'm saying. The Flash trailer debuted on Super Bowl Sunday. The movie that should have been canceled but isn't, and somehow DC is holding on to it like it's turkey meat. What do you all think about the possibilities of what this movie can unfold for us?
Well, first off, I'm gonna go ahead and say it's Batman 2.5 or whatever. I'm not gonna refer to this as Ezra Miller's Flash movie. It looks interesting. It has my attention, but I'm still kind of at a wait and see. The trailer doesn't look bad, but I'm still, because it's DC, I'm at a wait and see type vibe. They fucked up the ball way too. They fucked it up way too much, in my opinion. Until we get actual James Gunn's movies going on, that's when I'll go ahead and just be at a wait and see. That's my take on it.
Rick?
Looked good. Don't really care. I mean, like,
Rita?
No. I still have something I wanted to say. I mean,
oh, okay. I didn't care.
I'm curious about this whole Bat multiverse that they got going on. Why is Ben Affleck wearing the blue and gray suit? I don't understand why the fuck that's happening. Michael Keaton's Batman looks really, really old, but also like so the one thing I will say that I'm encouraged by is it looks
really, really old.
Well, yeah. But also, but here's the thing that I'm encouraged by. If you remember the original Tim Burton Batman movies, Michael Keaton's Batman couldn't fucking fight. Most of those movies, he was getting his ass served, right? But in this one, it looks like he can actually.
George Clooney's Batman.
I mean, at least
all of the Batmans couldn't fight.
He's only bad.
Stop it.
I was about to say none of the Batman, Val Kilmer, George Clooney, none of the motherfuckers can fight. even the fucking Christian Bale's Batman, like Christopher Nolan shot the fight scene so close that you couldn't tell if he was fucking fighting or just scrambling. Like you don't know. But I mean, at least
He
in
was
this,
bobbing and weaving.
he was doing something. But I'll say this one: it looks like they're showing Michael Keaton's Batman has the ability to fight just from this little bit of trailer. So I mean, again, it looks interesting, but at the same time, like I don't know if I can fully get behind this. I might go see it. I might see if I can get somebody to buy me a ticket, or if I can, hey AMC, we need more sponsors. Why don't you send us just? I'll let you boys and girls. But I mean, yeah, we'll see how it goes.
Rita?
Yes.
Pass. Hey, she's that's something that DC should have did, but they didn't. I don't know, man. I honestly don't care. I'm not impressed by it. It's not funny to me. It's not entertaining to me. The only thing that everyone has been excited about, and the only thing that everyone talks about so far has been the fact that Michael Keaton is Batman. And we honestly don't even know how long that is. That could be 10 minutes. It could be the end of the movie. It could be the very beginning. It could be the first Batman, and then the rest has been Affleck. We don't know. It's just how trailers are. That's
comments.
Huh?
Let's go to the comments and see how they feel about this movie.
Okay, well, let's see. Go ahead, because I don't have the other comments.
It says, I mean, the suits never allowed you to turn your head. Genocide Circus said that.
Thank you.
Silky, go ahead. My bad.
No, I was gonna say I was just addressing that comment. Apparently, this nigga had fourth sight because he was back punching everybody in both movies, so he didn't need to be able to turn his head. And Christian Bale's Batman couldn't turn his head, but he was elbowing and kneeing the fuck out of everybody. But I mean, hey, whatever. Let's go to some more comments.
Oh my God.
Suki Lettuce says, after 30 plus years, we hope you be able to learn how to fight. Yeah, but senior citizens throwing paws and hands is not really. I digress.
That sounds like the voice of someone who's never tested their grandfather when they said, "Oh, what y'all know about?" And you hear those words.
No, my grandfather would cut me. He said it. So no, I did not test it. No, I never did. No, he's a pastor, and he meant what he said. So no.
All I'm saying is, when you hear the word, what you know about from either your uncle or your grandfather, just know that he's about to do something demonstrating on you. There are 360 cameras in the helmet.
If we head over to Twitch, Noopy McNooperton 07. DC always does well with trailers. It's definitely interesting. Guess we'll see. Yeah, but sometimes the trailer is the best part of the movie.
Never forget the first Suicide Squad movie.
Yep.
Yeah, the trailers that changed the entire DC universe, in my opinion.
Yep. That trailer got everybody hyped. Then you went and saw the movie and said, "What the fuck happened?"
Will Smith ain't slapping nobody. No, let me stop. That's never gonna go away. That's never gonna go away.
Okay, one last comment. I was expecting Michael Keaton to say, "I'm Birdman." This is your friend, Genocide Circus. When is this knife fight gonna happen? Somebody let me know. When?
He's out there traveling across the country, so he doesn't come back this early because he knows the second he sets foot in Maryland, it's me and him.
Yeah, something from Spicy Ramen.
Let's see where that comes.
Can we talk?
It's on Twitch. I got it. Can we talk? Yeah, I got you. Can we talk about how the new Flash poster looks oddly familiar? Yeah, it does look like the Black Panther. It looks exactly like the Black Panther poster, except for he's in the Bat Cave and the Batwing is over top of him for some reason. And then the even more fucked up part is they darken it so that you can't see the red in the Flash suit, so it looks like the goddamn Black Panther. Like, it's just like, hey, let me copy your homework. All right, but just change it up a little bit so don't nobody tell the difference.
Facts.
All right, so we're pretty much gonna rip the shreds, the Flash trailer.
Wait, he says he's in Maryland. Pull up. He didn't say pull up, but I added that part in there for a little razzle dazzle.
I'm not saying using pronouns. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Your boy.
Genocide Circus is in Maryland. We'll talk about this in the goddamn Hangover afterwards.
All right. So like, share, subscribe, and don't forget to join us in the Discord for the Hangover. If you want to talk more about how messed up DCU is, and also like the Flash trailer did nothing for you. But something that did actually affect us on an emotional level
Oh shit.
This trauma dump of a TV show, HBO Max is like every time you think, oh man, you got enough tears? Nah, we gonna make you cry more. Here comes Last of Us. This is episode 5, y'all. The 5th episode. Rick, how many episodes is actually planned throughout this whole season?
So that I don't know, to be honest with you. Like I keep forgetting to search it and look for how many episodes there are. But going off the HBO method of doing things, it's probably going to be like 10 episodes. And where they are,
somewhere like 10 to 13 ish.
yeah, so somewhere in that range. And listen, I tried to warn y'all from the get go. It's going to be trauma after trauma after trauma. If there's an episode that gives you a little bit of levity, the next episode or the next 2 episodes are going to fuck you up. Again, this Henry, the change, they changed the Henry and Sam arc that they just did. They changed it from Pittsburgh to Kansas City. They added a leader of the people who are hunting you down. And this show don't fucking miss. And to show you how great this show is, it's outpacing House of the Dragon as far as viewership goes. It's outpacing Game of Thrones as far as viewership grows. The show continues to grow every week as far as viewers goes. And I love every bit of this. Like the way that
they're gonna have 9 episodes.
9. Okay, so we got 4 more to go to cry.
We got episode 6 tonight, and so real quick, I'm just gonna address this and I'm gonna pass it off to everybody else. So episode 6, the trailer for it shows that Joel is gonna find his brother Tommy as they're in Jackson, Wyoming, and so far the scuttlebutt is that these people are in their feelings again because they've palette swapped another character, Tommy's wife Maria Miller, who in the game is a white woman, but they've changed her to a black woman, and once again they're in their feelings because they've changed another badass woman into a black woman, which of course we all know all badass women are black women. So I just can't wait for this episode tonight. And also episode 5, that fucking bloater was terrifying, and I loved every minute of
it. We didn't do a live stream last week. Y'all trying to do a live stream this week?
Let's do it. I ain't got shit else to do.
All right.
How about so you can do it because we're gonna be at the football game
today.
Okay, so me and we are gonna have some bonding time. Gotcha.
Hey, you know what? Be our first one-on-one bonding.
Hey, let's do it.
Aww.
Who wants to go first or second in this situation?
Go ahead. You're already talking, so let's go ahead.
All right. So first off, Sam and Henry, they almost are like a mirror image, almost like with Joel and Ellie. Although Henry is a rat, I totally get it. I'm starting to sympathize with him because I mean it's just like, hey, that's my little brother, and
Define a rat.
And you start to get attached.
Define the rat.
Oh well, technically he was telling what's the name?
Like a snitch.
He was working with Fedra to tell about people who were in the resistance to Fedra.
Yeah.
Okay.
Technically is, but I would have done the same for my little brother. I mean, he's a fucking kid.
So real quick, let me help you elaborate a little bit more, Herb. So essentially, Henry was telling Fedra about people in the resistance because he needed a cancer medication for his little brother, and I mean,
him get this.
What? I was helping him out. I was boosting my man up. Go ahead, Herb. My bad.
I was moving on. I got a whole stuff that I want to get to, but no. Thanks for the assist, Rick. The irony behind Catherine's death, when she literally says to everybody, "Kids die every day," and what killed her? A child version of the clicker. That shit was funny to me. It was hysterical.
People die every day, B.
The boat, like Rick said, the bloater was fucking terrifying. That motherfucker was just taking all these shots and get your bitch ass out of here. It's just good.
So the face rip that he does, they literally took that right out of the game. That's what the bloater does to you when it catches you in the game. It grabs your jaw and opens your mouth and then rips your head off. And they did that shit in the game. And I stood up and signaled that the field goal was good. My bad, right here.
No, you're good. And lastly, Henry having to take out Sam. it was and himself. It was fucked up for me, and it once again has been saying, don't get attached to anybody in this fucking show, because it was just like, damn, I'm. It's like if
do when they kill him.
It's a Joss Whedon approach.
It's just like, damn, I can't get attached to anybody on this fucking show, because they're gonna fucking die. And
they have like 1 to 2 episodes max.
Not even a full episode. Well, technically, this is a full episode. Yeah, goddamn. Yeah. But yeah, that's my take.
Rita?
I think you guys pretty much covered it. I think for me, I'm just like, damn. He said that like the most violent thing he ever did was pull out the gun, right? And then he ended up killing his own brother. And I think in that way it was a little poetic, because it's like, okay, if anybody should kill him, it kind of should be me. Because if you think about it and you put yourself in that type of situation, right? Wouldn't you want to be the person to do it? Because you would have a little more. I mean, they still dying, right? But technically, his brother was already technically dead. Yeah. Right? So it's like, it's a little poetic, like in the end, that he was a person who like pulled the trigger. And that was like the first time like he had ever really like shot his gun. So I think that was the part that was a little heartbreaking. But maybe I'm desensitized because y'all is out here shedding tears and I haven't cried yet.
Look here, just because you a thug don't mean that we ain't got feelings. Just because you a thug don't mean that we ain't got feelings.
I'll say maybe someone should. I'm gonna shut up. I'm gonna shut up.
No. Wait till we get to season 2. Wait till we get to the first 2 episodes of season 2, and then we'll see how tough you are.
But then I cry about dumb shit, right? Like animation. Like over an animated character dying, right?
I'll say
a real person dying. I'm like that dude from the movie, like people die every day, B. That's me.
Like I said, I'll watch a movie where like I'm watching like a family being torn apart, and I'm like, I don't care about that. But then like the hit family will the hitman will like shoot the dog. I'd be like, yo, why you gotta kill the dog? Like that dog just
crying like shit.
Right. Like I watch The Professional and the whole family get massacred. I'm like, oh man, fuck the family. And then all of a sudden they shoot the dog. Like, why did they kill the dog? They didn't have to shoot that dog.
But
I'm gonna try to do better.
But here's the one thing I did notice, Rick. They did say that Sam in the game can actually he wasn't deaf.
Yeah,
and
that was.
But this
that was a change they made, and actually the actor that they hired to play Sam for the show is actually from Maryland, and he actually is really deaf. He's deaf in real life. He's a deaf actor, and he's also a hockey star. So
yeah, Maryland's producing a lot of people so far. You know, untapped potential here, y'all. So shout out to anyone who in the Maryland area or DMV area. If you feel like you have dreams, aspirations of being on screen, just do it, because right now is the perfect opportunity. Live your dreams. I'm gonna go ahead and skip to this section right now. Before we go, like, share, subscribe on Twitch. When we go live, we do a live reaction, so we're not going to show the actual clips or the footage because HBO Max, because we're not trying to get sued or anything like that. But we will be reacting with you all, so please join us in the comment section. Rick alluded to earlier about this next phase of our redemption, and by our redemption, we mean our redemption. I had the pleasure of seeing Ant-Man yesterday, and I was sitting like, man, I thought for sure I was not going to like this movie because the title alone was just so corny. But I did. I actually liked it. I was thoroughly enjoyed. Rick, I know you had something to say because me and you, we always keep our ears to the streets, i.e. Twitter. So a lot of times we'll see like reviews and be like, oh, this may not be such a great movie after all.
And for the people that went over their head, Twitter really is the streets. It really is.
So the combination of being in the streets, aka Twitter, and then also looking at the Rotten Tomato scores, it kind of made me feel some type of way about going into this movie. But then I got to the theater and I actually sat down and I watched the movie. and I actually realized something. I realized a couple things about this movie. One, this movie does not deserve the Rotten Tomato scores that it's getting, right? People like James Cameron and Martin Scorsese and their downing of the MCU the past year or so is beginning to start to take its toll. And you see these people's power and influence that they have in Hollywood and with the critics by what's happening with these Rotten Tomato scores. I think critics expected for the Marvel movies to end with Endgame, and now they've shown that they're going to continue to forge forward. I think what we're seeing is now we in this country we love to build things up, but what we love more is to tear them down. And I think that's what we're seeing with this. A lot of people who are familiar with the MCU or familiar with these movies and comic books have seen the movie and they're just like, wait a minute, this is a good damn movie. This is a good Ant-Man movie. And I think that's what we're getting is a lot of that's what's happening is a lot of contempt for the MCU as it continues to thrive and it continues to push forward. Yes, Phase 4 was a little rocky, but that's considered to be the COVID phase. You know what I mean? COVID screwed up a lot of things and a lot of things had to be changed. So Phase 4 was a little bit rocky, but I mean, Phase 5 is off to a great start with this. Also, I think this is just going to be me. Like I said earlier, talking about Phase 5 is showing it's going to be the pain train of black men coming to and put pain on all of the Avengers and heroes. I think the fact that a black man is this all-powerful ass being who is just wreaking havoc and is fucking terrified. Jonathan Majors, you're goated right now, my man. You goated, like you killing it. I'm just gonna say that this nigga's killing it. Also, Michael B. Jordan, he gonna whoop your ass in Creed 3. But like I think the fact that they're seeing like Kang is more of a threat than Thanos. Like Kang is way more of a threat than Thanos.
Yeah.
And you see it in this movie. Like it's evident. And I think a lot of times when we see a lot of these movies, and I think a lot of people's prejudices start to show up in things. And they show up indirectly, and you can tell, but this movie is really goddamn good, and it does not deserve to be as low rated on Rotten Tomatoes as it is. If you are an MCU fan, if you are a comic book fan, movie fan, please go and see this movie because it's fucking outstanding. And I don't agree with any of the ratings that it's gotten.
Rita, you're one amongst us who didn't watch it. So what was your actual like initial hesitation to see it? Because you didn't see it actually, right?
So I wasn't in the Twitter streets. I was in the suburbs of YouTube. And because I was in the suburbs of YouTube, like I was watching like spoiler free, like clips, just like how we're giving you now, like a spoiler free clip. We're not gonna spoil the movie for you until next week. We're gonna spoil the shit out of it next week. But this week, like I was like, okay, like let me do my like research, right? Let me put my ear to the suburbs and see what they're saying. And everybody was like, it was trash, they didn't like it, like this was the worst movie, like so much stuff. I did not watch any spoiler-free clips on the end credits because I wanted to like save that for myself to have an honest review on. Mm-hmm. But like as far as the movie was concerned, I was like, let me watch that. And then a lot of people was like, they'd rather wait for it to come out on Disney Plus. And I'm like, damn, well, this is an Ant-Man movie. I know that sounds horrible to say that, but I was like, this is an Ant-Man movie. Maybe there's some truth to it. So I did not opt to go and see it over the weekend. But when I like jumped on a call today, Rick Stroh like chewed me out for a good like 15 minutes. And I was like, well, damn. So I was like, all right, well, shit, I'm going to go see it like either today or tomorrow. But initially, I know I didn't go and see it because most of the feedback that I was getting was that it wasn't worth it.
Interesting. Herb?
All right, so for starters, I purposely did not go and see any more after the trailer as far as reviews and stuff like that. I wanted to have my own opinion on it.
Sorry.
Shut the fuck up, Ken. Damn. All right. I have to say this, and when I say this, I want to be clear when I say this. Out of our rating, how we give the 5 shots or whatever, I gave it a 3, and the only reason why I gave it a 3 is because that's why I said let me clarify. 5, I never give anything 5 unless it's Endgame.
or recovery.
4, it's gotta be like what's the name?
You gave I got the hookup 5 shot.
Shut the fuck up!
So you gave Hot Boys 5 shots.
You gave I'm Bout It 5 shots.
4, I get if it's a 4, it's something like Captain America, Winter Soldier. I think. Do I think it's a top 5 Marvel movie of all time? No, I don't. But I thought it was a very, very good movie. I recommend that everybody go and see it. Me personally, I took this as white people touching shit that they don't need to be touching. That is just my take on this movie. I think it's a great setup for Phase 5. I have some questions for y'all. As this being, is it a solid ending for the Ant-Man trilogy?
I don't think this is the end of the Ant-Man movies, to be honest with you.
I didn't get this was the end vibes.
I say he's fairly late in the game as far as mostly end game, so he's kind of like working his way into like pushing his status up as you see. Because in my opinion, I think that's what the movie was about.
Not the backlash. I got the hookup in the comments.
Yo, fuck y'all in the comments too, okay? Damn.
Cam, did you get yours out? Did you say your piece?
I mean, not really. I mean, y'all pretty much covered it. We're doing a spoiler free. I will say I will notice a certain demographic of people that did not like it, and a demographic of people who did like it.
That's why I said I was in the suburbs. I knew where I was at. Okay.
It was literally night and day. It's like every other person of color that I see, every black person be like, "Yo, that movie was nice." White people be like, "It was okay," or "It was just not cool." I'm like, "Oh, I see what's going on." I ain't gonna go too far into it, but it's clearly evident. New rock stars pointed it out. I'm like, all right, I got you.
Hold on, you ain't gonna go to it, but I am. Kang is the perfect analogy for black people throughout time. No matter how white people talk.
I don't know if you saw my comment. Kang is about to be like the most popular like little boy name.
We need to make Kang shirts.
Hold on. Listen, no matter how much they beat on us, no matter how much they lie about us, they steal from us, they cheat us, we still persevere. Kang is the perfect analogy for black society. Goddamn.
One out of every 20 little boys born in 2024, my prediction is going to be named Kang. Dead ass.
Well, I say if you really,
you know what?
We was Kangs.
Who won the son? Because I want to name him Kang.
Boy. All right. So, that's it for the spoiler-free review. We get most of it gives like 3 or 4 shots. It's not according to Herb, it's not on Hot Boys level, but it's pretty close.
Cam, I'm gonna fight you.
I would love to see that.
I'm no limit soldiers, so up to it, down to it. Said don't do it. We do it because we used to it. Drink, motherfucking fucking drink. Bow it. There you go.
That's what I'm gonna do.
It's for her to drink. All right, y'all. That's like, share, subscribe. Check us out on social medias. Please take us out.
Yeah, so follow us go to the Discord right now for the post show. Up to it, down to it. Fuck those who don't do it. We do it because we used to it. Drink, motherfucking drink.
Mine was better.
It was, and that's why I was like, I don't know why I'm saying it, but hey, fuck it, it's mine. So.